Hello there and welcome into the Drop Spot, talking all things Fortnite competitive. Great to see you again. My name is Adam Savage. Whether you're listening or watching, it is awesome to have you here. There is so much to dive into courtesy of Fortnite Comp. It's not just me though, of course, here on the show. I'm joined by two wonderful Fortnite connoisseurs who are anything but a last resort. They are the first resort when it comes to getting guests on the show here. We have the almighty 11-2K and Life with Panda. Lads, it's always a pleasure having you with us. Levin, how are you, my friend? It is good to see that fabulous face of yours. I've missed it.
Hey man, it's always a pleasure to be here. But Adam, you ain't got to lie to me, man. We ain't got to do that no more. I know you guys go through your phone book, you call up everybody, nobody picks up. You're like, Levin, we'll get him on for the 17th time or whatever, you know. I know how it is, Adam. You ain't got to lie.
Who am I kidding? Literally everyone else was busy. Everyone. I mean, we really stretched ourselves as well, and then we just thought, Levin, yeah, go on, let's get Levin back in. But it's good to have you here, bro, and Panda as well. Like, good, mate. Welcome back again. It's good to have you as well, bud.
Hey, it's good to be back. It's good to hang out with, of course, two of my favorite people in the scene. You already know. I mean, Levin and I have some beef, but that's a whole different story.
It's a one-sided beef, Adam. There's no malice on my side at all.
It's you guys. I know how close you are. You're all pals here, and there's a lot of fighting talk. It adds kind of like frenetic energy to the talk show here as well. So we're kind of loving that. But for you guys listening, watching at home, it's great to have you back. It's every time we do a show here, we get so excited because there's loads to divulge and jump into. What I love about this show in particular is it's one of those classics, one of the big ones, because a new season has officially dropped. We're going to be talking all about that here on the show today. Also, we're talking about Last Chance Major and the build-up to Globals, which is really coming thick and fast now as well. The upcoming tournaments that you can access and check out too, as well as the greatest quiz in the universe. I mean, I'm saying I consider it a third child of mine. Like I love this thing, and it's coming up your way as well here. But loads to talk about in the show here. I guess we kind of dive into Chapter 4, Season 4, first things first here. I mean, this is massive. Everyone is enjoying this. Everyone's loving this. Levin, I mean, give me your kind of initial feeling, vibes, the heist motif, the heist theme. Are you digging it, my friend?
I am digging it, Adam Savage.
Oh,
I'll be honest, it is really giving me a lot of throwback vibes. You know what I mean? I'm a nostalgia merchant, so Chapter 2, Season 2, that was my prime time in Fortnite. And I'm getting major vibes from that with the whole heist theme. I don't know about you, Panda, but Last Resort, it's a bit of me.
You know, I'm really enjoying it as well. I think there's a lot of things to enjoy about the season. And clearly the people are enjoying it. Obviously, we've seen big creators talk about it on a grand scale. This is their favorite season that they've had off rip, like favorite introduction to a new season. But one thing obviously can't be disputed, and that's numbers, boys. I've been because they have the in-game numbers now, if you don't know, in Fortnite, and you can see how many people are playing the game. And I was seeing like 1,500,000, 2 million people, like crazy numbers of people in game playing. So clearly people are enjoying what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely love it. I mean, I think we've seen so many great clips already from the season that only recently came out here. I'm loving the outfits, by the way, as well. Some great ones. You know, Cavi's in there. Ahsoka. There's some brilliant ones to get involved with. But also we've got some new POIs. Obviously, POIs add they're obviously in the comp scene as well. Players love to kind of see that the new ones that are added, how they kind of affect things. Eclipse to State, Sanguine Sweets, Relentless Retreat. There's lots of fun things going on. Any particular favorites left anywhere that you've kind of like enjoyed thus far? That you're kind of like, okay, that is a bit of me as well.
So my thing every new season is I just land at a spot and I stick there relentlessly, and I don't experience anything else. And for me, it was Relentless Retreat. I played my first game, landed there. I got the win, and so I will never go anywhere else.
Cool.
I mean, respect. Look, I like Eclipsed more. Eclipse Estate, which is north of that one. I see that you like the little Moon Island. I get that. Maybe that's your thing, Levin, is you hang out over there. But in all honesty, I'm really liking Eclipsed. I think as a POI, it's a little bit more formed. A lot more to do around it. And of course, Breakwater Bay is not too crazy. So I'm not worrying about teams rotating on top of me. So that's been a kind of a plus for me. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to give Relentless a little bit more time.
Yeah, yeah, you got to let it breathe. I mean, it is so early on as well, but the vaults have been such a big one as well. Like it's so interesting to kind of see how players are kind of going about, kind of like whether they go straight for the vault, whether they kind of wait to clear the POI first before kind of jumping on in, grabbing all the loot there. Have you got a certain way about things, Levin? Have you kind of gone about your business in a certain way?
You know, Adam, I feel like you give me sometimes a bit too much credit to assume I've got, my whole drop spot. I got my drop map on point. I got a set loot route already. I just land. If I happen to have a better drop than somebody, I land at a building that has a weapon on it. If there's not, then I go somewhere else. I leave all that complicated stuff to the pro players. But no, in terms of like the flow of those POIs, those new ones especially, right? The whole like when the music starts kicking in and all these players start rotating in from even in a spot like Relentless where like typically like that side of the map this chapter we've had like nothing really there, right? No one ever really has a reason to rotate into that sort of area. But as soon as it's time to get that vault loot, everybody in the southeast or southwest, sorry, of the map just happens to spawn in at Relentless. So it's definitely added a new flavor to those POIs that's really fun to fight at.
Look, I'm going to add to that a little bit. And I know you like the atmosphere. I know you like that loud music. I love it too, but I love it for a different reason. Because people aren't hearing you coming up from behind. So you creep up behind people. I was like, no joke, I probably got 6 eliminations just crawling down towards the vault, not making too much noise. And this is me, of course, I might not be the most skilled Fortnite player of the bunch. I mean, I'm better than Levin, but just going down towards the vault, I was picking up 60 limbs. That was feeling good for me before I even leave my little off-spawn engagement there in Eclipse. So fair play. I do like the new season. I think the atmosphere is pretty cool. It's probably one of the cooler ones, of course, that we've ever seen in a new season. And I like this trend. And it seems like more and more we see like larger portions of the map or just like large areas created each new season, which I'm all for, man. Because we've had seasons in the past where it's like this 10 trees over there on the left changed, and that was it. So it's cool to be able to like dive in and really feel immersed in what feels like almost a new map.
It does, yeah. I mean, speaking of eliminations, personally, like to one day get an elimination. I can't wait for that day. I'm excited.
Oh man, it's not true.
It's coming. It's been 4 years. It's coming. No. honestly, I'm the same. Like I love when a new map drops and kind of you can see kind of like the hustle and bustle of where people players are going to go and what's going to really pop off and be kind of a place where everyone wants to kind of focus their attention. But of course, POIs aside, new weaponry, new inventory items can adds a whole new kind of layer to things as well. Let's just take a minute to have a bit of an appreciation moment for the almighty Rocket Ram. Okay, dare I ask? And Levin, I'll ask you first, mate. Like, are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying a bit of Rocket Ram?
Am I? Am I? This is the most fun item I think I've used in Fortnite in a very, very long time. Like, there is no better feeling right now than just absolutely slamming yourself down on someone's head top with the Rocket Ram. Like, it is unbelievably fun to use. If you were the person wielding it, for sure. If the person getting slammed, it's a different conversation altogether. But honestly, Rocket Ram has been a bunch of fun.
Listen, you say it's a lot of fun for the people holding it. I don't know if you've seen the Oliver OG clips. I don't know about all that because this man will be flying every which direction. Listen, if you know how to control it, fair play. It is not an easy item to control, especially in the in-game. But no, it is very, very fun.
Yeah, really. If you get a squad of you as well, I mean, the anarchy that will ensue after that, I'd love to see it. But I mean, I guess for rotation, it's a big factor as well as fights. I mean, dare I say, will it get nerfed at some point? Do you think? I mean, Panda, do you think it's likely to happen?
Of course, I think there's always going to be balance changes, right, to what we see in the beginning of the season. Historically, every season is the same way. The first week or two of the new season, it's like the exploratory time. They do all like these events that are test events, essentially, the performance evaluations, just to test out these items, see how they are in stacked lobbies, and then progressively change things going from there. So I imagine we may see some changes. But in all honesty, it's so fun to use. I hope they don't change it too much.
But there's also like balances, right? I think in terms of like using it for rotation, which is one of like the main benefits. Like one of my favorite things is like when I decided I just want to leave wherever I'm at you know, I can just rocket away and it's pretty nice. But when you're in that state in the air, like you can get beams. Like it's not just easy sailing. So you know, you have to be alert. And in a lobby that's very, very good. If you're playing, you know, ranked games, if you're in a really high level ranked game and you know, you use that through the sky near the end game, you very much can get beamed. So it's like you said, it's fun, but you got to be careful with it at times for sure.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, being beamed as well. I mean, some of the new weaponry we can talk about as well. The kind of the twin mag AR, the scope burst SMG, the infiltrator pump shotgun. I mean, this is all kind of adding to the kind of, and again, layers to the comp side of things. Where I think, you know, it feels to me, again, I think the word this season is definitely fun, Panda. Everyone's kind of enjoying kind of like the options they have when it comes to combat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason you call the scoped burst SMG a burst is because you have to click it again to get those shots off again. But that thing is so rapid, man. It's so fun. Just the other day, I was jumping in Levin's box, took him out in like 5 seconds, didn't take anything. You know how it goes.
News to me.
And
of all the examples,
just for the SMGs, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I picked up that SMG and I was a bit like, hold on a minute, this ain't a burst. You know, I've been deceived here. It's not a burst. It shoots in burst, but it's just automatic. You just hold down your button, click, and you know it fires. So a bit of a deceiver one there for me. I will say that twin mag AR. Oh my goodness, Adam, that thing goes crazy. It's like a laser beam. You know what I'm saying? That and that right there is the exact weapon I'm talking about when I'm saying that you can't just be, you know, lackadaisical in your approach of the rocket ram, because if someone has that AR, it's wraps. Like it is just wraps for you.
Yeah, and when it comes to like likes of Surge, it's gonna be absolutely essential that kind of you know, having that in your inventory. I mean, the another element as well, before moving on, is forecast towers in general. Here we're seeing kind of guards spawning during second zone. You know, I think it's interesting that we have like that kind of side of things too. There's so much to think about when it comes to comp. I mean, what's your vibe on the forecast towers so far, Panda? How are you feeling about those?
I'm gonna be honest. The first time I saw the tower, I had no clue how it worked. The NPCs spawn right, and I'm running around this tower like, bro, where's the button? Like, I'm thinking it's like a combat cache or like the floating island that I have to like secure or whatever. So I'm running around, and I swear the NPCs were looking at me like I was just silly, right? Like, so it's super cool. I do really enjoy it, especially after I figured out how it works. Once you obviously take out those NPCs, you grab the card and you run towards the tower. It actually lets you see the next zones. It's very similar to what we knew for the what was that sniper rifle, Levin, that we used to have in the game?
Yeah, the exotic one. I forgot the exact name, but the
it
Storm Scout. The zones. Yes,
the Storm Scout. It's very reminiscent of that. And I think if you're a team going for obviously mid-match objectives, which obviously you get points off that for getting the tower, and getting those storm circles given to you, like that's such a huge advantage, more important in my opinion than the floating island. So it's definitely going to be one to watch out for in comp events. But it's definitely I looked at it again, and it's not the easiest to figure out. Look, and I'm glad that Levin didn't figure it out off rip either, because it makes me feel better about it.
Bro, honestly, for me in my first game, I had to limb somebody who had like the card, and I was just like, what's this? What do you want? Full cost key? I left it there actually. Like I didn't just leave it there. I didn't pick it up. And it's only when I had to start rotating to the zone, I saw the big forecast. I was like, that's what that's for. And I ran back into the zone. I pick it up. I get it, and I'm like, wow, okay, this is interesting, because again, you know, that ability to forecast the zones is so huge. We saw it a couple seasons ago, maybe even last chapter. My memory is not the greatest, right? When we literally had the forecast augment and how sought after that was. Every single pro would want the forecast augment. It was a game changer. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very big deal. And I think we'll see sort of how it evolves and plays out. But yeah, Panda, I couldn't figure out at first. I was baffled.
Listen, I'm just glad it's not just me.
No, you know, we're all there together, lads. We're all there together here. And before moving on as well, I mean, dare I ask, you know, a mythic in your loadouts, is there a preferred one that you would have if given the choice? I think that the 8's available. Is there anything you would definitely have in your loadout personally? I mean, Levin, what would you go for?
Oh, this is tough for me.
It's not tough for me.
Very, very tough.
I'll jump in. Let you think about it.
You can't say all of them.
I'll let you think about it. It's the Foundation's MK7. That thing is just as lethal as the current
Naughty.
AR, the new edition.
Naughty.
If
I
not
think
more,
it's more lethal.
It's
I
more,
think
yeah.
it's more lethal.
And the fact that there's only one, maybe two that like could spawn, like, because you never really know, right? Every time you go into a vault, it's a different mythic, so there's no guarantee of what you're gonna get, which I think makes it that much more exciting to fight for those vaults. But if you get that MK7, I mean, it's just wraps, man. Like it is pretty pretty good in its current state.
It really
I
is.
love the word in there.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's
if
fun.
I had to say.
And Levin, anything come to mind, or just all of them?
I'm not gonna say all of them. It's not in comp, but the kit shockwave launcher.
Oh,
ooh, that for me is a throwback for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I like that one. But yeah, the MK is pretty good.
Special.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
You can always let us know as well in the comments which loadout you think is the best at the moment as well. Come the new season is here. Last Resort is there right now. Jump on in. It's a heck of a good time. We're all loving this thing, and we can't wait to see what happens with comp in the future with this next season as well. Right, let's move the show on. There's loads more we got to cover here, and we come to a part of the show here which we all know is very close to my heart. It makes some nervous, in others prosper and enjoy this. It is time for the drop spot quiz. Bum bum bum. Oh, we need a theme tune. I don't want to. We need some kind of sting of some sort. Levin, I can see you. I don't know whether you're kind of like you're rubbing your hands together because you're excited about taking on Panda in this quiz, or worried, hesitant.
Look, when I lost to Jenny Smiles, I knew it was gonna haunt me forever. You know, I knew it was gonna be the kind of thing, you know, nobody would let me live down. But now, you know, if I lose to Panda, it's just gonna be constant nagging and annoyance for the rest of my life. You know,
like 1 a.m. text to remind you. 1 a.m. text.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it wouldn't be any different than anything else, Levin. It doesn't matter if it's box fights. If it is some traditional games of Fortnite, it doesn't matter if it's trivia. Your boy is taking out Levin 10 out of 10 times. So let's get these questions going at him. I'm ready.
It's fight and chat. You're gassing me up, man. This is be good. Okay. Here we go. Right. So to remind you, if you are brand new to the drop spot, A, where have you been? And B, welcome in. We have basically every week do a quiz right now, and it's a tiebreaker. I'll ask each of our wonderful guests here a few questions each, multiple choice. If we have ourselves a tiebreaker at the end, we have a tiebreaker question, and that question is whoever gets closest to the answer is the winner. Okay, so that's how things roll here. So we're going to start things off nice and easy. For question one is going to be for Levin. Okay. 11-2K. Here we go. Step up to the plate, Daniel. Step up to the plate.
Okay.
Here we go. Question number one for Levin. Do you play along at home as well? What is the name of the vampire who has moved onto the island? What is the name of the vampire who's moved onto the island? Three choices here. Is it Cabo Thorn, Cato Thorn, or Caddo Thorn? Cabo, Cato, or Caddo?
I know I should know this, and there's gonna be people going, "It's the new season, it just happened, you should know this." I'm gonna go Cato.
So
Cato.
you're going Cato?
I'm going Cato.
Okay. I know it doesn't matter what I say, but it is Caddo.
The correct answer is it's Caddo Thorn.
It's
Caddo.
Oh!
And the way he was so cocky about that as well, when he was like, "Just let you know, Levin, just
10
let you
out
know
of
it's
10.
Caddo."
Wow.
Unreal scenes. Unreal. Okay. Right. Let's see if for your question, it's still 0-0. Panda, you've got to step up now and get this question right. Okay, here we go. Apart from the 3 new POIs, how many locations have been taken over by Caddo? Is it 3, 4, or 5? Apart from the 3 new POIs, how many other locations have been taken over by Caddo? 3, 4, or 5?
3.
Final answer?
Final answer.
11, what would you have said?
I'd have said 3.
The correct answer is, in fact, 3. It's 3. It's 1-0, Panda. Okay, he's taking the lead. It's a small lead. He's taking the lead. Can you name the locations? Any ideas?
No. 0
Okay,
clue.
if you are wondering at home, it's South Slappy, Rumble Ruins, and one building in Mega City. There you go. There are 3. Right, 11. Oh, massive. This is it. Question 2. We need this one back. Which new POI has the most chests? Which one has the most chests? Is it Eclipsed Estate, Sanguine Suites, or Relentless Retreat?
Gonna go Eclipsed.
Eclipsed Estate. Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
Panda, what would you have gone for?
Eclipsed.
The correct answer is, with 84 chests, Sanguine Suites. Oh!
Oh!
Oh, no.
Okay, I would have gotten that one wrong.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
It's not looking good for me.
It's a new season.
Good.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good. It's not
New
looking
season.
good.
New season.
It's not looking good.
Okay. Question 2 for Panda. Here we go. Which new POI has the most heist bags? Which new POI has the most heist bags? Is it, again, Eclipsed Estate, Sanguine Suites, or Relentless Retreat?
So the safe answer would be Sanguine because it has the most. But I'm going to my home in native. It is Eclipsed Estate. Final answer. Clip it and ship it. I'll take my point now.
Okay. Final answer, Eclipsed Estate. Levin, what would you have said?
I would have said Eclipse as well.
I can reveal that with 26 heist bags, you were both incorrect. It was Relentless Retreat.
Wow.
Wowzers.
That's your spot, Levin. You didn't know that?
That is massive.
I didn't know. I
That's
didn't know.
Wow. This is a big day. This is a big day for me. This has really changed things up. Okay. So still 1-0 to Panda with one question each left to play with here.
Yeah.
Question 3 for Levin. Here we go. How long does it take for the rocket ram to recharge? How long does it take for the rocket ram to recharge? Is it 20, 25, or 30 seconds?
25 seconds.
Final answer?
25 seconds.
Panda, what would you have said?
30 seconds.
The correct answer. And scoring his first point with 25 seconds. It's level 2K. Let's go. 25 seconds. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. 1-1. Wow, this is big time.
Please get this wrong. Please.
Panda. If you get this incorrect, we take it to a tiebreaker, which I'm kind of thinking I might just do anyway for the sake of it. Because
I say you just take it to a tiebreaker for fun, you know?
Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. Panda, question 3. How long after Zone 1 closes do the forecast tower guards spawn? How long after Zone 1 closes do the forecast tower guards spawn? Is it 20, 25, or 30 seconds?
If you don't get this, Panda, that's embarrassing.
You know, I really like the idea of that tiebreaker round. So I'm going to say 30 seconds. Final answer.
Final answer, 30 seconds. Levin, what would you have said?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get in his head. I don't know.
This is easy, man. You get this wrong. It's like
I ain't got a clue.
I gotta say what it is. That is the correct answer. It is 30 seconds. It is 30 seconds. Levs, mate. Do you know what?
Of course.
That was that. I mean,
wow.
You've got a fighting spirit about you today, Panda. I can feel this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Dare I say, would you put it all on the line here and say whoever gets the tiebreaker question right does win overall? Would you put it on the line?
I will, even though the world will know that I've always beat Levin here in trivia, but I'll put it all on the line right now.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're doing it. He's doing
tiebreaker answer. Let's go.
Tiebreaker. Here we go. We love this one. Remember, the tiebreaker is all about the person who gets the closest to the actual answer is our victor. Okay. The tiebreaker question is: how many floor loot spawn locations are there on the map? How many floor loot spawn locations are there on the map? Well, just to put it in context, last show we had how many builds were made across the entirety of majors.
They were so off too, by the way.
They were so off. So off. It was in the millions.
How?
Oh, I think there was a lot off there. But what do you guys think? How many floor loot spawn locations are there on the map? What do you think?
And
because Levin, because you had the 2-1 and Panda gave it up, I'm going to ask you first and Panda second. Okay.
I'm going to go 3,000.
3,000. Straight up 3,000.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm just pulling a number out of the hat. Like, how are you supposed to know that? Like,
this is the easiest win of my life. Are you ready? 2,999.
2,999.
You're
Okay.
just so unbelievably cringe. It's
Because
crazy.
it's less than 3,000. I know for a fact.
Okay. So this is amazing. Okay. So we got 3,000 from Levin, 2,999 from Panda. Okay. So the answer has 483 in front in that. But what does it have in front of it?
2.
It's gonna be a 2, isn't it?
It is.
It's oh my god.
The answer is 3,483. Oh my goodness! I can't believe it. He's done it.
Let's go.
I said 3,001. I said 3,001.
Oh my
Let's go.
goodness! It could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. That was 3,483 floor loot spawn locations on the map there. But you know what? Hey, GG's Panda giving up there. Put it all on the line. I love that. I love that from you, Lev. GG's man on that. That was great. That was really good. Dude, to be fair, 3,000 is a great punt anyway. Just off the bat, it's pretty close anyway. So
it's
solid.
those backpacks. It jumped that number up too far.
There we go. I hope you guys at home watching or listening as well did great. But that was our quiz for the week. Well done to Levin and Panda. It made it so much fun as well here. Right, we've got loads more to talk about. Here as we kind of move things along here. Let's start to think about what else is coming up. And last chance major and the build up to globals. I want to go through this here as well. Last chance was only recently, not only a short time ago here, under 2 weeks ago, in fact. There was last season. Let's recap what happened. Obviously, that was the final chance to qualify for global championships. Okay, so whether you're watching, you'll see this right now. We'll put something up on for you guys with all the kind of list of qualified players. If you're listening, come check out the VOD afterwards. You can see them all there. But from majors 1, 2, and 3, you'll see in the last chance who exactly qualified. But it was the last chance. We have our full roster now for global championships, Levin. And my oh my, it is a wild bunch, and it is going to be one heck of a ride.
We have a very stacked event, my friend. A very stacked event. So many different players. Not even just, typically people are going to think, oh yeah, Levin's only talking about the EU players. No, like you look at all the other regions and the players they're sending over, we are very blessed. It's going to be such a fun event. Even just seeing how things are shaping up in terms of like where teams are landing, right? Because a lot of teams qualified from like the same POIs, but they can't all just contest each other, right? So there's just so much to it that I think is going to be fun. And when you look at those last chance teams, Adam, some of them have put their heart and souls, right, into trying to qualify this year. So to see them be able to get that shot at Global Championship weekend is going to be great.
Yeah. Ooh, it's going to be a packed weekend, right? I'm going. I'm excited. My wife and I, we booked the tickets. We're on our way to Global. Nothing is stopping me from being there. And I'm excited for a lot of things. The one thing I'm most excited for, though, is to see Epic Whale come back in true fashion and win another LAN. It's time,
Hey.
He's won, Gamers 8, top 5 World Cup. Like, he's just the LAN GOAT. Are you questioning otherwise, Levin?
He won the one LAN. You're like, yeah, he win another one. He won one.
Okay, listen, he's the LAN GOAT. He'll win another. You ready? Number 2. Levin and I had an interesting behind-the-scenes story. We had a whole debate about MVP conversations between Malibu and Epic Whale during that LAN too. So yeah, I think Epic Whale is going to come and prove Levin wrong here coming into globals and just take down the competition. Especially, I don't know if you saw Veno in the last couple days. I don't know if he was making joke tweets about not playing as much, whatever the case may be. He's also like swimming off in some island somewhere. I don't know what they're doing. But if he's not taking it seriously, man, that whale is going to swim right up and take that top spot. I'm just saying.
Look,
He's confident.
There are a lot of people who are going to be competing at the global championships that are great players that deserve to get their praise and applause.
Of course, a lot of people competing for second.
Epic Whale and Clicks, who just about made it through last chance qualifiers. This is not the team we are hyping up as the team gonna take it all here. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's show some respect to the wonderful people throughout the year who made it through, not in the last chance qualifier,
okay,
but through the majors, right? Let's pay attention to those people.
To your point, look at Cammy and Steady all last year. They weren't having breakout performances every season.
No, they were doing really well
And
all of last year until the season leading up to globals was the one that they didn't have the best. Throughout the year, they were
they,
Cammy and Say, they were on point.
they were okay. They were on point
Yeah.
in general, right? But they were not going into it a favorite. And I
Again,
say
just
the
because of the one season.
same thing. Clicks,
Yeah.
Epic Whale. They've only played one season together, and look what they did. Now they get a whole nother season of preparation leading up to global, and they win it all. I'm just saying, come back to
Panda,
this drop spot
Panda,
episode. I'm telling you.
I have a lot of respect for you, Panda. This is not the take you want to be, going down on this hill for.
I'll get eliminated on this hill right now.
To compare
Epic
Whale.
Panda. To compare Licks and Epic Whale to Cammy and Seti, that might be the worst take I've ever heard in Fortnite history. I hope the chat right now is letting you know how awful that take was. That was a terrible take.
The only take that is worse is you saying that you can beat me in a 1v1. That's the only take that's worse.
And I would love to see that with you too. But celebratory wise as well. I mean, I think the great thing is about this is that with Last Chance, you had players who they got such a popularity. The likes of Mr. Savage, Clicks qualifying, going through. Yeah. There were some massive moments. I mean, straightforward in the end for Vidil and Savage there, but landing at the racetrack, winning the final. But EU had some great teams qualifying through, and some notable moments as well. The 11, and it's always great to see familiar names and new ones. Rising stars as well, qualifying for such a prime kind of opportunity in that massive event coming up in Copenhagen.
Yeah, all the Savage fans were able to rise during the weekend, right? Because their boy finally did it. I think for Mr. Savage and Vidil to have not made it to globals would have been heartbreaking because they have been one of the better teams over the course of the year in EU. It was really good to see them do it and to do it almost with ease, right? Of course, they switched up their drop spot for Last Chance, right? They weren't landing at Kinjutsu. They've been slumming it out at Kinjutsu all season long, and it wasn't working out for them. They finally went racetrack and were able to get the dub. So really looking forward to seeing them at globals.
Listen, I will say this. As much as I joke and we have good conversations about Clicks and Epic Whale, the most notable names that are closest in Cammy and Seti's story is Savage and Vidil. I mean, if you think about the year that they've had a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and sure enough, they qualified on to the global championship. But can they take it? That's the question everybody's going to be asking. But like you said, Adam, there's so many incredible players, incredible teams actually competing in this one. It's going to be a tough fight for everyone, especially with this new format.
I want to say a big shout out in terms of looking at Last Chance and how people performed. A big shout out to Howley, man. Howley was playing unbelievable. He was my MVP of the weekend. And a lot of people aren't too familiar with Howley, right? Playing with Nafrizi. This is a player who is so impressive, right? Some of the clutches he was pulling off. He was a man possessed over the weekend, right? Because he was doing things I didn't know were possible in a Fortnite server. And it's funny to me to see Howley start to rise because I remember a couple seasons ago, he was playing with El Tenzi. They were contesting Pink and Nebs. And I remember, right, Pink and Nebs, right, when you're contesting someone off sport, naturally you want to trash talk people, right? You want to get in their heads and stuff. And I remember Pink always saying to me, I can't even really trash talk Howley because he's actually really good. He's actually pretty decent. I can't really say much about him. And so to see him now, being this player who's showing how good he is on that sort of big stage and he gets to do it at global championships as well. Yeah. So well deserved.
Yeah, massively so. And his teammate is on Nafritzi, only player to qualify for globals without playing any grand finals this chapter. Also Hen and Vass, Janice and Reason, some massive names there as well. But looking over to NA as well, I mean, apparently there was some huge talent that got through, and rightly so, which is going to make up for again making up that roster, which is, as Levin said, so stacked.
Well, I mean, look, you got to talk about the top right of NA. Peterbot and Byla just showing up in a just absolute chaotic fashion. This team, obviously the most dominant over the Last Chance Major, but they're a team that we're familiar with. We've seen them play together in the past. They've had some adversity amongst each other, so they stop playing, they come back together, and they continue to do this. Now that the Last Chance was here, Byla was playing with Impen there for a little bit, came back to Peterbot, and then they just had, again, the most dominant performance, in my opinion, over the weekend. Very big lead over second place. But, of course, you also got to talk about the boys, Clicks and Epic Whale, making their way onto Global Championship. These two, I want to say, of course, are a favorite of mine, a favorite of the community. But They have a lot to prove. Levin challenged me when I was saying it before, and it's true. They do have a lot on their shoulders, but if anybody shows up in a big way when it comes to these in-person events, it is Epic Whale. And Clix has this kind of new aura about him that he is just committed to trying to find a high level of success and competitive. The best way to do it is on that big stage, global championship, so you know they're going to be giving it their all there on day 2.
Yeah, for sure. I think you look at Clix and Epic Well and you go, this is a team where the talent is there, right? There are no doubts about the talent these guys have. It's all a matter of making sure they have the game plan on point and that there's confidence, right? I hope Clix doesn't mind me saying this, but leading up to last chance, there was a bit of a worry for him, right? He wasn't feeling himself. He wasn't feeling like the confident Clix we know he can be. And he had people there to support him and help him out. I actually made a video commentating over some of his best highlights, like just hyping him up to try and give him some hype and make him remember who he is. This Clix we're talking about here, right? So to see them qualify through was really nice. Especially with Savage qualifying through an EU, right? I was calling it the Battle of the Blondes, right? These guys have been like fighting it out the past year. Like who is the most alpha male, Fortnite blonde player? It's been in Clix's favor for the past year or so, but I think Savage will give him a good runner for his money. And both of those guys being there, I think it's great for the community, right? Two of the biggest names in all of competitive. It's going to be so fun to watch those guys.
Yeah, it really is. We've got other big names qualifying from NA as well, the likes of Scented and Polarized, Pamster and Fatch as well. Wouldn't be a finals without Pamster and Fatch there too. So the Global Championship is in Copenhagen, only 6 weeks away. And it's going to be such a massive highlight of the season. There is so much to look forward to. And if you wanted to, you could be there as well. You can go. That's the coolest thing about this thing. You can actually be in Copenhagen, be there amongst the players. We've all, I myself, Levin, Panda, had the opportunity to be in these environments before, at these in-person events where it's just like an opportunity and experience like no other. If you head to fn.gg/tickets, that's fn.gg/tickets, you can be there in Copenhagen and enjoying it October 13th through 15th. It is going to be a real spectacle. A $4 million prize pool. $4 million up for grab there as well. Dare I say, biggest tournament since the World Cup here, Panda. Absolutely massive.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. And look, I said this. I came on the Last Chance Major. I did an interview there, and I said this to Zeke, and I'm going to say this to you guys now. There is nothing like the energy of being there in person for these events. It's just unmatched. So if you have the opportunity to go, I highly recommend it. Copenhagen is a beautiful, beautiful place. So much to do in the area. And then Royal Arena is massive. So I can only imagine what they're building out for the stage and how this show is going to look. And we saw the Invitational. That was beautiful. So I can only imagine Royal Arena is going to be that much better. So I can't wait. It's going to be a ton of fun. Of course, I'll be there. I don't know about you boys, but I won't miss this for the world.
Go get your tickets, man. You don't want to miss out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't sleep, don't lack, because what's going to happen, right? For some of you guys that ain't buying your tickets, you're going to be there, you're going to be watching it thinking, oh, man, I
should have done it.
I wish I was there, man. Panda's there, man. Like, I want to meet Panda, So what am I going to do if I can't meet Panda? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say I want to go just have my picture taken with you two. Just to have I kind of I'll get like a T-shirt I've made up. I'd love that to happen. But it's absolutely, it is there. It is yours. You can go if you want to. And as you said, the tickets are available online right now for October in Copenhagen. Before we kind of wrap up the show, let's talk about other things happening in the comp space as well, because there are still other things that we must definitely touch on. Kicking off with the PS Cup as well. Qualifier 1 is this week with 0 builds on Friday and builds on Saturday, followed by Qualifier 2 next week. PS Cup as well here. 11, great opportunity for players to get involved, put themselves to the test here, and you only need bronze 1 rank to play it too, which is great.
Perfect for me and Panda, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, don't lump me in with you, Levin.
That's absolutely
I'm out
wonderful.
here in gold, baby. You can't. Don't be bunching me in with bronze player 11.
Imagine not being diamond, man. That's crazy. But either way. Look,
okay.
It is very
goes
exciting.
From bronze to diamond, this guy.
It is very exciting. Very exciting. I'm really happy though, because I think a lot of people saw there wasn't going to be an FNCS this season, Adam, and people were like, no, what are we going to do? No FNCS, what do we play towards? What do we grind? But there are so many tournaments, right? We got the PS Cup, we got, the solo victory cups. There's like a duo victory cup that's like 0 build. There's just so many events, of course, and many opportunities for players. when it comes to the PlayStation Cups, right, always seeing like the cool combinations of like pros who then, you know, pair up with top console players, and seeing those combinations and seeing those players get a chance to shine is always really fun for me. So yeah, I'll be locked in with all these events, as I'm sure you guys will be as well.
Yeah, I've been a part of all the PlayStation Cups this year, and seeing the different teams come together, the different solo plays. Like we saw, obviously Queasy and Pixovsky come together. Who, if you don't know Pixo, he is like one of the biggest PlayStation console players on the European region. Like seeing them play together was super cool, and then seeing them go head to head because again they played solos against each other too. So it's a ton of fun. If you haven't gotten like involved in the PlayStation Cups, definitely recommend doing it if you have a PlayStation. If you don't, maybe just go and get a PlayStation. I don't know, but it is a lot of fun. I might even have to hop in and play a few games.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is as well, you get 8 points in the qualifiers. There's 4 different sprays up for grabs to win as well. So I mean, that's a cool kind of incentive. I mean, I think I think you're right. It's a really great opportunity to get involved. And you're right, there's a real nice mix of players who come together and form new partnerships and kind of and test the water really of how that kind of relationship will work kind of competitively. Another one as well, Mix Up Mondays is awesome. This is definitely one for anyone who wants to try to see formats change each week. I mean, tactics can change week to week. There's different things. I mean, week 1, for instance, 25 points of victory royales, 1 for elimination, nothing else. Followed by week 2, normal points, but an additional 5 points for every DMR elimination. Number 3, week 3 is you get normal points for 30 for a forecast tower, 100 for the island. So basically, things changing up all the time, which keeps it exciting as well, Levin, doesn't it? Every single week, the players can kind of find new ways to get ahead, and it could be their week and their format, which kind of gets them into the leaderboards up right at the very top.
Yeah, just an opportunity to have some fun, really, right? I think that's sometimes people must lose that, right, when they're stressing themselves out in these tournaments, right? I feel like those ones, especially where it's just like a crazy stipulation, it's like, yeah, let's just have some fun with it, you know?
No, for sure, and I think you need that, right? Like, obviously, when FNCS is around, you have this hyper fixation on being the best in that moment, and events like this allow you to just break away from that for a little bit, have some fun, and that's what's good for this season. If you're not competing in global championship, use this like I always say, just to improve, relax, enjoy, and improve in a low pressure situation. Because obviously, when FNCS is around, you're competing in FNCS, like that's your focus, right? You put all the pressure on your shoulders. You're trying your best to place and show that you're worthy of being up there at the top and one of the best. And I think all that pressure sometimes, especially throughout the year, can like start to add up. So take this season, enjoy the events, have fun, and spend time improving so that next major event comes around, you're locked in, ready to go, and maybe you'll be walking up the stage like a global champion.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. It could happen. It could definitely happen. Yeah, that's Mix Up Mondays. Obviously, you have the PS Cup mentioned. The likes of Duo Solo, Duo Zero Builds, Cash Cups return again just over a week's time. And a bit quick reminder for us again, obviously, as we wrap the show up here, start to have the foresight, think ahead. What are you doing later on this autumn? You could be there at Global Championships, as mentioned, fn.gg/tickets, which is coming around thick and fast. I can't believe it's going to be here so soon. It's crazy how we've led to this moment. Spectacle-wise, is going to be out of this world. I've loved this, lads. I think it's been a great show. Loads to talk about. Obviously, Last Resort is here. I mean, the new season, we always get very excited about it. But Levin, for anyone listening or watching who is unfamiliar with your work, I can't believe I'm saying that, where would they find you online?
11-2K on all social media platforms is where you're gonna find me. Thank you guys for having me as well. I know we joked at the start of the show, right? That like, you know, I'm here for, as the last resort option, but I always get the good episodes, right? I was here on the first one, you know, when the Creative 2.0 UEFN came out, I was there as well for the episode. This one, new season, right? I feel like I get all the good ones. So thank you guys for having me.
You're a treasure. You're a treasure. You're a treasure chest, Levin. And Panda, likewise, as are you. Where can we find you on the wonderful internet, my friend?
Of course, I'm mainly on Twitter, LifeWPanda. Everywhere else, Life with Panda. Check me out. I'm there, making content every week.
Absolutely right. Check out these boys. Absolutely go and give them a follow. I'm Adam Savage, and you can find me online as well. It has been such a fun. I mean, that's definitely the word of the week here. Fun. That is what this is right now. This season is exactly that. It's been great having you all here, listening or watching. Make sure to tune in again next time to the drop spot. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there on the battle bus. Goodbye for now.